Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Lions fans, buckle up because there's a major rumor swirling around that could shake up the NFC North and send shockwaves through the league. Word is that the Detroit Lions are in serious talks to acquire Derek Stingley Jr. from the Houston Texans. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds almost too good to be true, but the sources are pretty solid, and the buzz is that a deal is close. The package being discussed reportedly includes a first-round pick in 2027 and a third-round pick in 2028. That's a bold move, and it signals how much the Lions are looking to bolster their secondary, especially with the playoffs and Super Bowl aspirations in mind. The Texans, on the other hand, are looking for cap relief after finishing 9-8 in 2025 and missing the postseason. Their secondary gave up a staggering 68% completion rate, and with a cap situation of around $14 million post-Stroud extension, they need to make moves to rebuild their roster, especially on the defensive side. Houston's focus is on acquiring draft capital to strengthen their offensive line, given they're allowing about 4 sacks per game, and to add more youth and talent at wide receiver, as some of their vets are getting up there in age. So trading away a talented young corner like Stingley makes strategic sense for them. Now, as for the Lions, they're sitting pretty with around $23 million in cap space, and adding Stingley would be a game changer. This move would significantly upgrade their secondary and give them a true shutdown corner to complement Carlton Davis. Stingley, just 24 years old, has already proven himself as an elite talent. Since 2022, he's been a lockdown player, with a career total of 8 interceptions and 48 pass defenses. His PFF grade overall is a stellar 89.4, and he allows just 48% completion when targeted, which is top tier. In 2025 alone, he snagged 5 interceptions and broke up 22 passes with an EPA per target of -0.22, placing him among the best cornerbacks in the league in terms of generating turnovers and limiting big plays. What makes Stingley even more appealing is his ball skills and coverage ability. He's generating turnovers at a 24% ball hawk rate, with an 82% contested catch win rate. He's a true playmaker, and his deep coverage allowed a mere 36% completion rate, which means he's not just good at short and intermediate routes, but also excels in preventing explosive plays. His run support is solid, grading out at 84.2, and he wins 80% of his man coverage battles, which is crucial for a team like Detroit looking to lock down opponents and force turnovers. The potential impact on the Lions' defense could be enormous. Adding Stingley would elevate the secondary to a top 10 unit, perhaps even better. Experts are projecting that with him in the mix, the Lions could see around 6 more interceptions in 2026, and their opponent's EPA per pass could drop by 18%. That's huge, especially considering how much Detroit wants to tighten up their pass defense and turn their secondary into a true strength. The addition of Stingley would also mean more disruption on third downs, with the Lions' pass defense seeing an 8% increase in turnovers and a 12% improvement in stopping the run, something that already improved in 2025 when they allowed just 118 rushing yards per game, ranking among the top teams in that category. Now, a point worth mentioning is how well he would fit alongside Carlton Davis, forming a formidable duo. This pairing could elevate Detroit's defense into elite territory, much like what we've seen with the Broncos' coverage units. If you look at the numbers, Stingley's stats in 2025 compare favorably to other top corners like Brian Branch and even some of the best in the league. His PFF grade of 90.1 for 2025 beats Branch's 81.9, and his yards allowed per target are at 5.4, significantly better than Branch's 7.2. His interceptions, 5 in 2025, show his knack for creating turnovers when it counts. The Lions could turn into a shutdown defense that not only limits big plays, but also forces turnovers and creates scoring opportunities. This move also makes a lot of sense in terms of team-building strategy. The Texans are looking to reset after their early playoff exit and are willing to trade away some cap space and draft picks for a young, talented corner who has proven he can be a difference maker. Meanwhile, the Lions are in a prime position to capitalize on this opportunity, especially considering their long-term Super Bowl ambitions. They already have a solid defense, but adding a player like Stingley could push them into a different stratosphere, especially as they aim to compete with the best in the league. Let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. The odds of Detroit winning the Super Bowl are currently at +50, but with the addition of a player like Stingley, those odds could shorten significantly, potentially down to around +200 based on some models, including Rossini's projections. This type of upgrade on the defense is what separates good teams from great ones, and the Lions are clearly making a statement that they're serious about contending. The secondary, which has been average at best in recent years, could become a real strength, especially with the kind of coverage ability Stingley brings. His presence would also help reduce opponents' success on third down, with a projected 14% increase in pass deflections on third down, an area that's been a weakness at times. And if you're wondering about the impact on the division, this move could turn the NFC North into a much more competitive division. The Packers, Vikings, and Bears are all looking to improve, but if Detroit manages to land Stingley, it's a statement that they're not just here to compete, they're here to dominate. That secondary upgrade could be the difference in close games, turning the Lions into a team that's not just fighting for playoff positioning, but is a serious threat to go all the way, possibly even making a deep playoff run. The league is shifting, and Detroit is clearly positioning itself as a team on the rise, ready to challenge the status quo. Looking ahead, this potential trade is about more than just adding a talented corner. It's about building a defense that can carry the team through the playoffs. The Lions' offense, led by Jared Goff, has been solid, but the real difference maker in the postseason is often how well the defense performs under pressure. Adding Stingley could be the key piece that turns Detroit's defense into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in high-stakes moments. Imagine him locking down the opponent's top receiver, forcing turnovers, and giving Goff and the offense more opportunities to put points on the board. It's a recipe for success that Lions fans should be excited about. Of course, as with any trade rumor, there's always a bit of skepticism. The deal isn't done yet, and until confirmation comes from official sources, it's all speculation. But the signs are pointing strongly in this direction, and the Lions' front office has shown that they're not afraid to make bold moves when it counts. If this trade goes through, it will be a clear message to the rest of the league. Detroit is all in for a Super Bowl run, and they're willing to make the necessary moves to get there. In conclusion, Lions fans, this potential acquisition of Derek Stingley Jr. could be a game-changer for Detroit's defense and their championship aspirations. It's a bold move that reflects their ambitions and their desire to build a roster capable of competing with the best. This move would not only bolster their secondary, but also send a message to the NFL that Detroit is serious about making noise in the postseason. We're witnessing what could be a pivotal moment in Lions history, one that might define their future for years to come. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. Do you think this trade is the move that takes Detroit to the next level? Are you excited about what Stingley could bring to the team? Let us know. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and if this deal goes through, we'll be talking about it for a long time. So keep your eyes peeled, Lions fans, because the future is bright, and the best is yet to come.